Yeah, good evening. Welcome to our presentation and the group coaching session. Part 4, we are going to discuss about discovering yourself, finding the voice. And in this series, today we will discuss about most important thing um, from our series is about talent. And because it's a long session, so I want to wrap up very quickly, and I will be touching on some of the points in deeply and some of the things just um, on an understanding level. So let's start it. Every Sunday we come online 8 o'clock, and you can join our Google Classroom. This is a code, and you can email us to me, lifemasterysuccess@gmail.com anytime. Um, the mostly, mostly things and pictures and images and some key facts we have taken from these three books of Eighth Habit, From Effectiveness to the Greatness by Dr. Stephen Covey, The Speed of the Trust by also Stephen M.R. Covey, the son of Dr. Stephen Covey, and The What Color is Your Parachute, uh, written by Richard and Bollis. So these are the three books which is based some of the content, and all credit goes to these books. Please respect the privacy of other in this session. Mute your microphone all the time. If you have any video question or you want to question, please raise your hand, or there is a chat box. You can type anytime and I will respond you accordingly. This session is for everyone who is a truth lover or reality seeker, who wants to change their life, who love criticism, who really want to know the ultimate truth. So my mostly series and thought-provoking stuff is related to discovering the real truth rather than to just follow the social mirrors. So let's begin our session. Now, every day when we go and we go outside, or whether we are at workplace or when we are sitting alone, there are big picture which we see in our mind. Our brain actually perceive the whole world for you. It's look like that we are center of this whole earth. We think we portrait our world, entire view of each and every object and information, uh, like they are serving me, they are for me. And because I am giving them definition, I'm defining each phenomena happening in my city, in my home, in my neighbor. So it looks like everything is very related to me, isn't it? So in this thing, obviously there are millions or billions of things and objects in this world. So, but which things are really relevant to you, and which type of information is very relevant and directly linked for yourself. So, and which things resonate your mind or your spirit or your body or your heart. In other way, which skills or talent you have, because you can feel those things only which your mind is accepting or perceiving, is enough. So there are so many other things which we never notice, so they don't belongs to your on a talent level. Or so this session I will explanatory discussing about different things related to talent only. Uh, so let's go further and we will see what we can do. So this is a reminding a central image and the message where about where is our voice located. And we discussed in previous part, our voice is at the nexus of our need, our talent, our passion, and our conscious. So where all four these dimensions of ourself concurrent, struck with one another, our unique voice is felt, is heard. So the whole point of the series of discovering our self or yourself or finding your voice is to also discovering each these four things. So in last session we discussed about discovering the passion, how we can discover our passion where we feel really excited in our life. Now in this session we will only focus on talent, and we will try to remove many misconceptions about talent. We were taught in schools or colleges, or we perceive incorrectly, or if we have a limited vision of what is a talented mean, we will also learn and share with each other as well. So therefore, if you have any question or you have any thought, please share in this session. So I will discuss only this thing. And in our next week, we will discuss about these phenomena of physical intelligence or making money, which is related to our needs. So let's concentrate and be focused only on talent. Yeah, that's the whole point. So let's go further. So according to Dr. Stephen Covey in his book, Eighth Habit, he has mentioned about a person, a powerful life is consist of four things. Like we discussed already, we learned already. We are product of either our passion, discipline, conscious, or vision. So vision is our focus or focal point today. Yeah, because vision is led by our talent with the tools as a physical organ, our brain, which we have in our mind, which drift ourselves or which pushes ourselves towards something to learn, something to discover, something to adopt in throughout our life. So particularly we are focusing on this. So during this session, if you are overlapping with passion or discipline or conscious or body or heart or spirit or a similar type of thing, then you just be patient. I will try to connect in next session as well. Or if you have a question quickly, you can ask, we can discuss very quickly. This is again the image from the Eighth Habit book, that our vision, our discipline, our passion, our conscious are like a giant iceberg, which tip of the iceberg we can see in our life, and we show to other people. So and within this tip of iceberg, there are so many deep things are working within ourselves, in mental intelligence, in physical intelligence, in spiritual intelligence, and emotional intelligence. So last week we discussed about in detail how the passion is followed, how we can discover them. Today we will just discuss again this thing only. And next, um, in a coaching session, we will discuss physical intelligence in very detail, in a very different perspective, what we know. So that's the mental intelligence, which is led by our vision, which is supported by our brain, and there is a mind within our brain, and we do lot of things. We start to do idealize lot of things. We start to plan long term goals and mission oriented life, and start our business or doing the jobs. We believe on people because we think that we are a person. So person to person we connect. We start to dream through our mind. Um, we start many things. We initiate. We because we are proactive. We become a pioneer in many field. We think in a philosophical way, uh, to give the meaning what we have um, thought from our mind, and we start to achieve. We start to feel hopeful. We set expectations, and very important, we think out of the box as well, and that all things we will cover in this session. So this is the things which other person does not know about you, and unfortunately we also don't know about ourselves. We only know ourselves, maybe a tip of ourselves in terms of our mind, in terms of our talent, or maybe we don't know because we are very confused, because we are living in information knowledge worker age, where bombardment of information and so many hundreds of thousands of different fields and knowledges and branches of different fields and subjects, we are very confused where we are. Is enough. um, so that's why we need to be very clear what we are good at, what are actually our talent are. That's the whole point of our today's description in the presentation. So let's go further to explore. In the last session, we discovered that there are three paradigms. Paradigm A, we think that we are a product of our actions, or we think that we are product of our thought, which is in this image. Paradigm B, I call it paradigm B. Or we think that we are product of um, our spirit, or our what we call it feelings, or we also call it passion. Emotions. So whether we are product of our emotions, thoughts, or actions, we define ourselves, or we impact on other people that they should perceive us in these three things. Emotions, we are product of emotion, we are product of actions, or we are product of passion, thoughts. So in this presentation, we are going to focus only on thoughts. So imagine that where our thoughts come from. Our thoughts come and generate in our mind. This is the whole brain, physically brain. Within that brain, immense and countless molecules, neurons, atoms, and very complicated structure is there. It starts from right when we born as a child, and then it develops as we grow in our life, or we pass in a different age, and all experiences, all knowledges start to store in this mind. And many, probably 95% of things we lost and saved probably as our memories. And within that 95% of things, we only may remember in future about our past 5-10%. Mostly 90% things we lost, we just disappeared. And 5-10%, which is on a superficial level, on a apparent level, we take that information stored in our mind to live in a present life, in a present moment, or we dream for future. So that's how our brain store and use information. It's absolutely marvelous, miraculous piece of organ of our body, brain. Now the question is, the brain create any thought, a fresh thought, a original thought, or it only perceive the world which nature or nurture is trying to portray, the giving the meaning, or maximum our brain is trying to mix different things and conclude a different meaning of more or less the same thing. That's a one question. The other question, our brain, our mind can create something which never been imagined. Can we think something out of the box? Can we find the solution of any our existing problem which never been advised by any doctor or engineer or geologist or environmentalist or someone else about a particular issue? Or we are thinking the same or more or less by mixing different thoughts in a different culture, more or less same thing. So what do you think? What are your thoughts? Are we thinking something new, or are we thinking from our present or existing data in our mind only? What do you think before I heading into the presentation? Anybody can comment? You can unmute and you can speak as well. Right. So if you ask me from my personal opinion, 99% thoughts or the things which are in our mind are very much from our environment, right from our childhood till we living at the last stage of in our life. And maybe 0.1% or less than 1%, we could think very unique, which never think imagined by someone, because of our complex and very very confusing way of life as a human being on this planet. So 99%, even 99.9%, we are doing what we have been taught or what we have been perceived or what in which we have been trained by our parents, grandparents, our media, or we synthesize all this information to make something new, but that new is not like which is a original new, something beyond our senses. That's very 0.01% chances we have done in our life. This is a critical opinion from mostly people or thinker, and that's also me. We will discuss about how we can create our original thoughts, which are purely our own creation. For this, we have to do another life, another life pattern, another paradigms we need to adopt. That's a different aspect I will cover in a different coaching session. But now I will be discussing in terms of only talent, so that we can be focused on our topic of today. Uh, we can learn about our talent. First, we need to understand our talent and where we are. This is an image taken from the Speed of Trust book, and that's a brilliant image, the core of credibility in this world on a personal level, or if we are employee, or if we are director, or we are running our own business, that we are like a giant tree where the roots are in integrity, that's make the goals and mission, and create the sense of learning some capabilities or capacities or skills to do something, to produce results. So capabilities and the results all together create a competency in ourselves. And integrity and our intention, our will to do, makes our character. So in short, character plus competency, both when they meet, that makes the whole person as a credible person. Now the question is, now the question is, where, where is our talent lies? Our talent lies here. Like I said, the talent we can learn from our environment, our available resources in every culture and countries, in different languages, that can develop the capabilities and skills to produce result as an employee. Yeah. But the character or integrity or goals of life in different roles or our mission, which is a part of our character, that does not need any skill, but they required our leadership qualities, our trait. We call them personal traits. So when personal traits are capable to do some skillful work, then we produce the result, and that make us the whole credible person. So see why we are not credible for many people. Maybe many of you have bad experience in terms of relationship building, or have a broken relationship either on a personal level or at a workplace with your colleague or with your boss or with your employee. Why? Because of clash between your character and your competency. And why? Because you are not product of the competency which the employee is looking. which employers is looking, which your partner or friend is looking who have broken relationship. So that's why the talent is in play. Talent play a very important role in order to make us credible. So if we have some intention here in our life in any stage, let's say, and we need, in order to achieve them, we need to learn some skills, or we must have these skills so that we should become competent and produce desired results. That's very simple. So why people fail in their life, it possibly from here, that person has weak integrity, or he or she does not have a commitment with anything, or at least which she or he wants to do, and that integrity does not create goals and roles and agenda of his or her life. So since the integrity is not there, so this will be very poor, and hence it is poor, or it is just based on social mirror rather than the natural talent. Therefore, you will learn those things from your school or college or university, or from technical schools, or from online learning, anything which is not producing, which will not produce you the result, desired result, because there is a missing link of your personal character, and that has weakened this thing. So see, the talent play a very important role here. You so that's the issue is happening. So many people are in different designations at their workplace, in the companies where they are working, because they have made agendas very, very different what their character is. So when they try to produce the result, the first of all, they cannot produce the desired result. Yeah. And they struggle so hard. There is a resistance to produce the desired result, to build that. For example, it's a relationship building, or if it's a result or task given by your employer. So you cannot produce, you have to work so hard, or you will get very bored very quickly. The feeling of boredom and moonlighting, we will do mourning actually. So that because of our bottom part of our as a person. So in order to discover our talent, we first of all, we must have a very strong character. That's the vital. And then we can build our talent. Now the question is, the talent is something natural, or where did this talent come from? So we have a very interesting discovery. The talent and our passion, both are very interlinked. Both are irreversible. Yeah, and both force in each other. So if you got some talent, that make you passionate in some sort of achievement, or before getting the talent, if you are passionate about something, you need to learn as a talent which is related to that passion, and so that you can get the success. So both your talent and passion, both support each other in the way that you can lead a successful life. Now the question is, if you are not passionate and you have only talent, will your talent make you a successful person? Of course not. The same thing, if you have a passion about something and you don't have talent to fulfill or achieve your passion, will that make you successful person? Not at all. So therefore, we have to take both. And because talent generates the passion sometime, and passion leads you to learn talent, which is a demand of that passion, that makes you a successful person. So it's a very important. Many people um, perceive and teach that both talent and success are the same thing. But like I said, um, sometimes there is a difficult to distinguish both things, but generally both are different, but they are very supporting each other. Passion is purely related with your heart, with your feelings, with your emotions, and talent is purely related, the function of your mind, is a product of your mind, sorry, is related to your brain. So when your heart and your mind meets together, the nexus and that concurrency leads you a success. So in our personal life or in our daily life or at our workplace, one of the thing is missing. That's why we are failed and we do not achieve. In many things, when we are doing some job, or we are building a relationship with our partner or with our children or with colleague or with girlfriend or with boyfriend or someone, initially we are very passionate, but we did not or we do not learn how to maintain this passion. And because you have missing being a talented in maintaining this passion, that's why your relationship collapse. That's why you feel boredom. That's why you lose the focus in your mind. It impact also on your body as well, or even the spirit of your mind, of yourself as well. So these are very important. Uh, so uh, actually, what the mind actually does, mind is inside a function of your brain. Like I said, it gathers information, it perceives different images, make videos as well in your mind, and store as well. When you think something in your past or recently, it it you can view it from your mind like a picture, isn't it? Or if they are in terms of numbers, 1 2 3 4, 10,000, 1 lakh, million, so it's stored in terms of your numbers. Numeracy does matter, or sometimes it relates, or it store also in terms of your language in which you have been learned or you have been conditioned by your parents or by your school. It possibly English language, French, Spanish, Urdu, Hindi, or any language. So that languages also store, or these languages help to store the fact in form of numbers, in term form of words, in form of videos. So, and I said before, 99.9% things you store which you have been learned or you are conditions since from your childhood, your teenage, in your young age, or even when you become adult, or even the next later life, different levels. So that's how you create facts. Now there is a difference between facts which creates a feeling of factual things. But that is a very different from actual things. So that's not my topic of today, but these facts are also very important in order to make some decision, important decision in our life. Now, based on our facts which we have gathered from our perception, from our image, from our data which is stored in our mind, could be very different from the actual thing. Because, for example, the actual thing is, for example, actual thing, the things which are as it is from any perception, from any biasness, prejudice, from any stereotyping or labels, as it is. Yeah. For example, if you have a like a apple, yeah. Now, if you do not name it as an apple, yeah, you don't know what is, how its structure is like, how its texture is like, how it smell like, how it tastes like. You never know about that thing. Yeah. We name it, we give it taste, we made as we say it as is apple is a round shape, has this taste, apple um, is does come from this origin, blah blah. These are added information which our society is telling us. Now there is possibility, and these are facts. These are facts. Now there is possibilities. These facts of apple which have been taught to me are incorrect, possibly. For example, there are many um, people who never eat like maybe green apple, yeah, and many people maybe in different culture have seen that same fruit, same thing, and they have given this a different name. Maybe my apple is sweet and very tasty. Their apple are not like this. See, so it means that we give name and associate different properties based on our learning, what we have been conditioned or what we have been taught. Yeah. And we call them from facts. We know from facts. But what I was trying to say, we don't know things from beyond facts, like they are as it is. So brain only relates or perceive the things based on facts. Factual things it stores, not the actual things it stores. For actual things, you have to take the help from your consciousness. But that's a different topic we will cover in a different way. But that's a very important concept I want to tell you. I hope it educates you as well. Because many people, they overlap these things. They think they know what apple is look like or look like and taste like. And that's a just example. So they know that everything what is it is, and but actually it's not. So every person make decision or learn information or formulate different knowledges or branch of knowledges based on fact of their culture or their city, by their parents or grandparents, or through evolution in different from century to century. So that's how the facts create different knowledges. That's why many knowledges does lead to some disappointments. Um, Maybe the results of our expectation does not meet. Therefore, we also revise our knowledge, revise our facts. Why people fail, why scientists are sometimes scientists are fail, which they're all experiments based on empirical knowledge, because there may be perception is wrong. Therefore, their collection of data related to facts are incorrect. That's why when they do experiment, the results are very different. So, that's a different thing which I'm telling you. But you need to have ability to differentiate between your talent, which is very function of your mind, from the actual things. Talent is for living in this planet Earth, for our survival. Maybe in terms of financial ability to earning, or just perceiving the different things the way other world is doing or other world is perceiving. So that's why the talent is very necessary for our survival as well. We want to be perceived by other people as a talented person, as a knowledgeable person, as an educated person, maybe degree holder, maybe a diploma holder, maybe any skill-oriented person. So that's our need of our survival on this planet. So therefore, talent is very important. So, and talent is a function of our brain. Now, in our previous in a series, we discussed in detail about nurturing, and we know about this thing, that how the nurturing has been or is affecting positively or negatively, and to teach us about particular things. Yeah. I'm not going in detail because we need to cover other things. You can, because it's related with our phenomena of being a talent. Therefore, I just give you an overview and reminder as well. The same thing about nature, that we are product of our nature as well. Some people think maybe 5% or 10%, because whole nature is made of those things which we are made. And that's also we discuss in details. But that is also related with our talent. Now the question is, one second. Now the question is, is there any concept of natural talent? Do you think that there is some notion of natural talent? What I mean, do we or anybody has natural talent or just talent? And that talent is being taught by our society, by our grandparents, by our teachers, by through our generations, which we perceive, we learned from our previous generation, or maybe from our imagination. That imagination could be related our past or our future. But whatever our imaginations, they are not new, to be honestly. But we are creating so many different branches of knowledge. Every year or after 5-10 years, we are discovering or we are learning different subjects. Obviously, because of our brain ability to explore different things. And that's enormous. That's marvelous. That's miraculous. But now the question is, are all subjects and knowledges and branches are producing from our talent? Of course, our talent. But are those talents or these talent or this talent is a product of our nature, which I have, or I am good at just by chance? What do you think? Anybody comment on this? You can unmute your mic and speak as well, or I can unmute. Okay, no problem. So let's go further. Uh, I will answer and will comment on this. We know the notion of natural talent, but there is no as such thing natural talent exists in reality. The reason why the natural talent is the talent which I have my own without any interference of my society, or which they never taught me. But it's not like that. The reality is we know everything, what we have been conditioned, what we have been taught, or at least by mixing of different things, but they are more or less same thing, isn't it? Yes, we are stretching, we are exploring in details by advanced science or by advanced philosophical thoughts or theories with it. I know, but still they are talent just. So my bottom point is the talent is a condition. A learn are those knowledges which you learn from your society, your mind perceive, and your mind perceive those things which only you can imagine within limited things, limited stuff. Now, all talent also called skills. Now, talent, like the passion and talent are irreversible and both support each other. The same thing, the skill through your talent, you learn and you at you create or you write a different type of skills within that talent. So in this world where every talent is related to money making, or at least you can create new professions. So skill development is very much associated with our talent development. So when we are polishing, we mean that we are polishing the talent of people. It means that we are developing different type of skill in that person, isn't it? So many people may have a physical skills as a health point of view. Um, Many people may have a manual skill, maybe from repairing or painting or crafting, that type of skill from their hand. Many people have a skill from their mind. Maybe they are teacher, they are writer, they are author, they are researcher. That these are skills. And also there are medical industry in which people um, uh, are researching to finding that diseases, discovering the diseases and their cure and their treatment and their medicine. So, and engineers at the same time for repairing at the same time, manufacturing, production, so many skills are involved. Isn't it? Do you know how many skills a person, usually a person have? Guess, for
I
example,
don't know.
10.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said about 5, a shot in the dark that they master at.
Sorry, say again.
I said I guessed about 5.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Um, mm, let's go. Uh, there are around 4,341 skills uh, we know a person has. Usually, a genius person or a great person have, and everyone on average person have 1,341 skills. Every person, like reading, seeing, perceiving, doing. Every day we do many things, and there are so many hundreds of things which we do are really skills which we learn from our society, right from our childhood till today. And still 3,000 skills we don't use because we cannot do. We haven't learned them. So this is a figure I took from the book, the What Color Is Your Parachute? Uh, the that author Richard has given this figure, and obviously that is very important figure in this point of view. So still 3,000 skills we don't know. It means that these different skills are related to talents, and we have talent. Yes, every average person. When I say the average person, it means that obviously he or she will be literary person, um, a graduate, will have some learnful things from the school or college. Yeah, and some diplomas as well. Every day she or he is active. Um, uh, and altogether these skills are 1,341. So there are so many skills we still need to learn, and there are so many different professions which we can do. Now the question is how we can learn these different images, these type of things. Yeah. So we can say that, um, let, let's say, these are some manual skills which we do from our hands, and these are the skills which we do from our with our mind. We call it leadership skills. um, 200 or 300 years before, when there was phenomena of industrial revolution, where people were building the factories to generate a lot of things, hundreds of thousands of product from factories. That time the manual skills were at top. People were really in demand. But later, in last 50 or 100 years, when hundreds of thousands of, or even thousands of thousands books were written on different subjects, so then the phenomena or the leadership skills we start to learn, because that's all related to, or mostly things are related with our mind, our mental um, uh, suppositions about different things, how to unleash the human potential, what is life, how we unleash the potential. So that's all mental creativity, mental activities start to make us leader. And till now, the leadership development is a very interesting phenomena and things. So there are different things, and we can stuff is as well. So at this time we can also learn different things. If you see, this is the image which we have taken uh, from the same book, that we have skills, three types of skills. We have some skills in terms of data. We have skills in terms of managing the different people. or we may have the skills in terms of operating different objects. And uh, we all billions of people have this one of these category in their hand, and they sometimes they use both type of category as well, or maybe all three as well. But one of the either we will have a skills related to, and uh, and that's polish, and that's very much phenomena of our talent. So in other way, we are talented in terms of we are very good in data management, in terms of accountancy. We are very good in numbers as a scientist or any other profession. Uh, this is the phenomena of people management we do in our HR field, or when we are controlling a lot of other people, other things as well. And this is the thing category which is related with some manual things which we are good with, machines or repairing or crafting or stuff. So these are talents uh, we are. These are the different images as well, the fields as well, that book has just explain few of the traits which we are: finance and insurance, farming, designing, agriculture, production, utilities, transportation, marketing, sales, human services. So this is a very good book. If you want to learn this book, you must learn this book. Um, and also, talent is related what type person you are. In that book, the author has advised that we are among these six type of person. Either we are realistic, or we are investigative type of person, we are artistic type of person, we are social type of person, we are business mind or enterprising type of person, or we are conventional or religious or philosophical type of person. Whatever we are, we have to identify ourselves. And obviously, we are running of time. So but you can read these things, and you need to identify which type of person you are. Maybe you are two, three different type of person, or maybe you have a sense of all, but naturally, or which you are good at. Maybe you are good in two or three things. Yeah. So that you need to find yourself, because why it is because the environment in which your talents can be polished, or you want to learn more talents, you want to develop your sense of analytical skills, uh, or any profession if you are exploring, or you want to change your profession, you need to know what type of people you are looking for, or you want to work, or you should work. This is just giving you a vision about this thing. This is also a good example in this book. The author Richard tried to say, I give you a very briefly here. For example, a person who have three type of skills or three type of talents. Number one, he is a psychiatrist. He's also have a carpentry skill. He's good in woods as well. He is very good in gardening as well. Now, if he has all three skills, yeah. Now, if he has three skills, what type profession or industry he or she needs to join it? Can you find any profession in which he can do this? Just imagine which type of thing which type of profession he can. Yeah. So if you just think about, I will take a 1 minute break and we'll come back. Yeah. Just yeah. Thank you. Now you need to tell me any profession or any type of situation in which a person have three type of skills or talent, and which profession or type of work he or she can do where all these things are involving. It's very difficult, isn't it? Because all three are very different skills. So let me brief you. Uh, in this image, a psychiatry, he's obviously a very established doctor, and he's a carpenter, and he has a skill in gardening as well. And all he or she has experience as well in all three. Now, if he or she wants to choose a new profession, or sorry, not a new profession, a work in an environment where he or she can use these three skills or three talent. So there is a phenomena of schizophrenia. Do you know this psychological disease in which person does not engage with external world, and he or she, that patient, is in delusion? So schizophrenia, that person, there is a specific type of these patient, and what a psychiatrist can do, he or she can engage that type of patient with gardening, and that gardening can teach those patients uh, about, so that they can recover from that psychological problem. So now that doctor will use his skill for his patient, and also because it is related with gardening, and obviously in that building there will be so much wood as well, isn't it? Because if that doctor is dealing with the garden, and that garden will have trees, so he can chop the trees and use his carpentry skill as well. Now see, where does he use all these three function, and he can find some work. Maybe he can run his or her own business in that field, isn't it? So that's a very important thing. Now I will discuss about this thing, and I will come back to you again. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I come back again. There is another aspect of being a talented person if you are changing your career. So in that book, the Richard also telling you how you can change your career. So reason why I have put this slide here, because it is related with the talent. So many people who later discover in their life, like for example, accountant, uh, he does not want to become accountant, but he is now accountant, and he wants to change his own talent, and he wants to become a journalist or a reporter. So how he can become a reporter or journalist, or if there is a lady, she is working in a television industry, but actually she is very good naturally in a medicine field, how she can change her profession without any big collapse. So there are two paths. One, this person will become a reporter first, and her ability, and the other lady can become a medicine in, will go in a medicine field, and then um, uh, become in a medicine in a as a medical in a medical profession. So that's the thing, how he or she can change. So step by step, the person can identify his or her talent, and then they can change into the new profession. Uh, uh, Also, like I said, we do not think out of the box, or 0.1% people or our thoughts are related with out of the box. And when we say the out of box thinking, it does not mean, excuse me, it does not mean that that thinking is related with current facts, with current type of environment. It means that entirely different, something entirely different, which nobody has ever imagined. That's our talent should take it to think out of the box. Um, that's just a thought I want to share with you. Dr. Stephen R. Covey, in his book Eighth Habit, he advised us we can polish our talent through these three things. First, continue systematic discipline, study, and education. Systematic education. It means that we must get admission online or on the site in college or schools or universities or technical schools, wherever. Continuously, systematic, where I will be after, what I'm going to become, and when what I will become further and further, until I become a psychiatrist, until I become a proper engineer, until I become a marketing expert, until I become a IT engineer. Whatever you want to become, you have to develop your mental intelligence through systematic education. And the next is cultivation of self-awareness. Again, this is a very important thing, how we can develop our talent by making assumption explicit very clearly, very clearly. We have to be very straightforward, very clear what we are thinking, what we know, and believe on this. And we need to be self-aware about this. So there is a very in details you can learn from this book. I must recommend you to read this book. Also, if you want to learn something or polish your talent in any profession or any field, start to teach. Start to teach that thing through your blog, through your vlogs, or writing different articles, or verbally or non-verbally. Teach your friend and family. So by doing this, you will discover what you are good at currently and where you need to explore your new horizons of work as well, or maybe on a personal level, or if you want to start a new business. So this is the whole image. Um, like I always refer from the eighth habit, that where our talent lies here. So for, let me brief you the two paths of our life. Our one path take us from combination of our power of choice, our natural principle, and four intelligences. That we have an open birthday gift. And this path leads us to path of greatness. But if we are not really discover them, then our life will take us as a failure life, a path of mediocrity. And in both paths, whether we are on a path of greatness or path of mediocrity, where does our talent rate us? Our talent here, IQ, our IQ make our vision, which help us to find our path. And that path finding is continuously phenomena. It's not like that once you have found the path and that's your destiny. No, every year, every month, or every after 10 years of your life, you have to find your own path. You need to change your path or upgrade your path where you are going until you will unleash your potential. The same thing, if you do not follow your real power of choice and principle for intelligence, then your IQ means your mental intelligence or your talent will give you the feeling all the time as a victimized person, because you are not doing from your own talent, or you haven't developed that talent which was required, or which was demand and the requirement of that job or that particular relationship. That's why you will always feel that you are victimized, and you will not share your vision or values because you do not have your integrity on the back. You do not have developed any any roles and goals as such. So that's why you will leave a path of failure, because you have lost your voice. So you see, this is a great picture, a great overview, which tells you about how your talent will help in achieving the great life with support of other things. Obviously, my um, I'm not going to discuss these things, but I will discuss these other three things, like passion, discipline, conscious, or modeling, empowering, aligning, in our next coaching session. So I'm focusing only on vision, which is related with our talent. So that's it. That is my presentation. I'm available for any question or any thought if you can share, or if you think that there can be more things. Of course, there are many things related with talent management or discovering the management. But because of the time constraint, obviously I cannot add everything. But uh, I'm looking to get your response, or your any thought related with my presentation. Please speak freely. Any thought if you have. Yes, Jenny?
I like what you said about the talent and the passion coming together and how that would be a success. That's pretty amazing, because I guess that would be your kind of your fuel for what you're doing, that makes you really go for it. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that is my also interesting thing. That's like that your talent and your passion both work together for your success. And in our last session, we discussed in detail about passion. Now in this discussion, in this presentation, we discuss lot about talent. Um, so of course, both are very, very important and both are irreversible. So if you got talent of something, um, and somebody is pointing out, oh, you got talent of that thing. Like there are many TV channels, they also um, make on the air many programs, or Britain Got Talent, or American Got Talent, or India Got Talent, or um, so of course they got talent. But are they passionate about that from the bottom? And will their talent survive them greatly? Because passion and talent make them help to find a great job or set up a great business. So they have to do this eventually. So if somebody has talent and but does not have passion or not a good passion, so that talent will not go with him or her for a longer period. The same thing if somebody is very talented, but he or she does not have a heart with it. Although he or she is talented in that field or profession or skill, that will also does not work. Both have to work together. Yeah. So let's meet in our next session, and we will discuss in our next session about our physical intelligence, how we can create a great physical life in terms of our money, in terms of our fitness, in terms of our health, in terms of our thought prevention. Uh, uh, so that's, we will discover who we are. So thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you next Sunday. Thank you. Bye-bye.